morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I want to say thank you so much for choosing to spend your Sunday morning with us here at Church of the Spirit. We are so grateful. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You know, Thanksgiving is my most favorite holiday. It's not a holiday about sharing gifts, but it's a holiday where we gather with friends and family to share the gifts we already have. We've all heard many sermons, we've read books about the importance of being grateful. And although this is not a sermon about the law of attraction, for those of us who believe in the natural laws, we know that gratitude is a key component to attracting more abundance in our lives. I don't doubt that each of you is grateful for the blessings in your life. But how we came to be grateful may differ among us. Some may have learned from our parents, others from faith, books, or from life experience. I learned from the latter. I grew up in a poor household, though I didn't realize how poor until I was much older. As I neared adulthood, my mother told me about the times when my father had to walk to work for over an hour because our old car had broken down and he didn't even have the bus fare to get to work. I found out that many of the gifts we got at Christmas or for our birthdays were purchased throughout the year from liquidation sales or were secondhand. I had no idea. My parents were really good shoppers. We lived in a small 3-bedroom apartment where my brother and I each had our own bedroom. Three of my friends, they lived in smaller apartments and they shared a single bedroom with 2 to 4 siblings. By comparison, our home felt like a palace. As I realized how blessed I was, my nightly prayers became filled with thanks for family, for home, for what I perceived as a prosperous life. Then came my early 20s and my first apartment. I didn't feel so prosperous anymore. But as I explored spirituality, I began journaling about what I was grateful for. The list included the usual things, but journaling helped me to notice the small daily abundances that made me felt especially blessed. At the time, I could afford to buy only one roll of toilet paper at one time. It's true. It cost 20 cents. But over time, I could afford a 4-pack and then a 6-pack. The secure feeling of having 6 rolls of toilet paper at one time is astonishing. Certainly, I can afford plenty of toilet paper right now. But to this day, bringing home a 30-pack from Costco gives me a rush. And when I open the closet door and see all that toilet paper, I still give thanks. Side note, I recently bought a 30-pack. I forgot about it, and then I bought another 30-pack. 60 rolls of toilet paper in my closet at one time. I could hardly contain myself. Yes, joy can be coded into your memory. I don't doubt for a second that gratitude has increased my abundance. But what if I've been missing something? What if I'm missing the true nature of gratitude? What if we all are missing the most powerful way to be grateful? What if gratitude is meant to be active rather than passive? Not just listing our blessings at night, but living in gratefulness, appreciating each moment as it unfolds. The act of Thanksgiving, coming together to celebrate our blessings, that's an act of gratitude. But what about the rest of the year? I came across something on Instagram that spoke to me. It was simple yet profound. It was posted by Female Growth Game. I want to read it to you. It didn't have a name, so I'm going to call it Be Extra. Be too much. Be extra. Live large. Smile big. Laugh hard. Celebrate your damn self. Open your heart. Express your emotions. Use your words. Giggle. Dance. Soak up the sun. Splash in the waves. Breathe deep and love your damn life. You only get one, unless you believe in reincarnation. Thank you, Female Growth Game. It's easy to get caught up in the daily routines, easy to write down each night the typical things for which we are grateful. Roof over our head, our job, our family, our health. But what are we missing? Did we come into this life just to wake up, go to work, come home, make dinner, watch TV, go to bed, only to repeat the same the next day? Did we go through an entire day without one exceptional experience? Or is our only exceptional time the 2 weeks vacation we get each year? We have the power to make every day exceptional. We can change how we experience everything. I want to share with you an experience I had many years ago. I was working as a mortgage banker, and a realtor referred a client to me. I will call her Chris. Chris was buying an $800,000 home. Since my commission is based on the size of the loan, this should have been cause for great celebration. But the realtor said to me, I am so sorry to refer Chris to you. She is a miserable person. She calls constantly, complains about everything, asks the same things over and over, and then goes asks 15 other people the same questions, only to come back and ask me the questions again. Chris is the worst client I have ever had. She is a blankety blank blank blank. I won't tell you what name she called her, but I will tell you it's worse than the name that popped into your head. Well, that totally deflated my excitement. But then I reframed it. I thought, thank you, Spirit, for helping me get this large loan. Lucky for Chris, she got me. I am the most patient person she could have gotten. I'll answer every question 10 times if I have to. I won't take anything she says personally because I know buying a home is stressful and can bring out the worst in people. I'm knowledgeable and detail oriented. So, despite her fears, I know Chris will have a wonderful, easy experience. Well, Chris turned out to be a dream client. She showed me trust. She treated me kindly. She rarely asked the same question twice. She was so grateful in the end that she bought me a gift. No client had ever done that before. So, did I create that experience by reframing how I felt about Chris? Maybe. Can we change our relationship with a difficult boss or coworker? Perhaps by choosing to have a better experience, choosing to see their good qualities, choosing to like them, hard as it might be. We might create a work experience that we can be grateful for, not just the paycheck, but for the job experience itself. Beyond family, jobs, and prosperity, there's so much more to be grateful for. Not just things, but experiences, stepping outside our comfort zone, filling up our fun bucket, trying new things, visiting new places, meeting new people can all be exhilarating. And who knows, along the way, you might meet a soulmate or discover a hidden talent or discover a passion for a new hobby. Living in gratefulness is powerful. Rumi says, what you seek is seeking you. So, if we skate through life being grateful for all the typical things, we'll get more of the same. But life lived in adventure and gratefulness is a life well lived where unknown mysteries abound. I want to finish up with an excerpt from one of my favorite plays, Our Town by Thornton Wilder. I saw it as a young girl, and it left a lasting, deep impression. Years later, after a lifetime of experience, it is even more powerful. If you never saw it, there's 2 PBS versions of it on YouTube I can highly recommend. The story follows Emily, a young woman who dies, and from the spirit world, she learns that she can revisit one day in her life. She chooses her 12th birthday, a somewhat ordinary day, because choosing a day that is too precious would be too painful to watch. In this scene, her final soliloquy, she observes her family having breakfast together. Oh, they are so young and beautiful. Why did they ever have to get old? Mama, I'm here. I'm all grown up. Mama, can't you just look at me for one moment? I love you all. I can't look at everything hard enough. Can't you just look at me as though you really saw me? Just for a moment, we're all together. Just for a moment, we're happy. Let's look at one another. I can't go on. It goes so fast. We don't have time to look at one another. I didn't realize all that was going on in life, and we never noticed. Take me back to my grave, up the hill. But wait, one more look. Goodbye. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, Grover's Corners, Mama and Papa. Goodbye to clocks ticking and Mama's sunflowers and food and coffee and new iron dresses and hot baths and sleeping and waking up. Oh, Earth, you're too wonderful for anybody to realize you. Do any human beings ever realize life while they live it? Every minute? That tears me up every time I read it. So, as you leave us here at Church of the Spirit today, I hope you can find a way to live in gratefulness, a way to be extra, not just today, but every day. I'm going to check to see what the copyright restrictions are for reposting Be Extra. And if there are no restrictions, I'll see if we can get that posted to our website or to our newsletter. In case you want to print it out, hang it up on your mirror to see every morning to remind you to be extra. Thank you. Bless you.